No, just gotta ask. There we go.
So it's just cool to have our whole team here to listen, and we're not able to do this work, of course, except for IRRR, which is funded us to do it. So thanks for coming with me. So we'll just start. I don't know, John or Kate or whoever wants to we'll kind of run through the projects that you're working on and just kind of informally talk it through. So whoever wants to take it away.
Yeah, Pops, you want to start?
Okay, I'll take it away. I feel very fortunate to have the Blandon Foundation offer me the opportunity to do service for people. I want to make that up front. Now, our small group has been very effective, I think. We've got several projects going. Focus one was education. And in the elementary school, we've got a mobile lab that can be moved from one room to another as needed by teachers. I think there's 16 iPads on that, and so they don't have to go to a fixed location. A math project in one, history project in another, they can switch as they need to. That can also be used for community ed at the school. Secondly, in education at the country school, which is 7th through 12th, there's 3 projects going there. There's going to be a big screen, flat screen, 2 or 3 of those in the school in order to, it'll serve like those little hand crank things, projector things that we used to have when we went to school, except the corners won't curl and the numbers won't go crazy. So that's one of the projects.
Now that's the charter school, John?
That's the
You
charter
said the
school.
Your school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the smart boards.
The smart boards. Yeah.
It's like a smart board, but it's more of a TV version of it.
Oh, okay, great.
So it's a lot clearer vision because they ordered them.
Yeah,
I know what they're doing.
I've actually I taught using them and
Yeah, so it's not like a projector like the smart board. It's a built-in, actually bigger TV style screen. So it'll be a sharper image than the smart board.
Great. Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
So it's not interactive like a smart board. Where you can draw
Yeah,
on
it is.
Can you?
Yeah, you can do all that stuff.
Okay.
That's great. They've upgraded, I guess.
Another project that's at the country school is they're doing a computer lab, and we're getting 12 computers from PCs for People. And it's going to be in conjunction with senior citizens. The school has a partnership with AOA, and they provide lunches for seniors at noontime. And so the school is going to make available time after seniors lunch for students to help seniors work through computer issues if they've got problems, and how to use them, what's important, and what they can use in their lives using the high-speed internet. There, as well as having it available for students as a regular fixed computer lab.
Nice. I remember when I was a little kid teaching seniors how to use computers, and I said, just put the mouse right there, and then the guy picked up the mouse and he put it on the computer screen. And
Exactly what you told them.
yes, and I was like, I guess I said, put the mouse right there. So I think it'll be really fun for the kids. I had a great time doing that when I was a kid, and now that we are going to have fiber, I mean, it's just another level.
I think part of that proposal brings the fiber into the building too. It's on the outside wall of the building, it brings the fiber into the building itself.
Nice.
Whose
And
favor is that?
Yeah, they're working with the company to buy out Frontier's part and have everything with the new stuff. So the school's gonna pay part of it, and then the grant will cover the other part. And the whole center, one section is already set up, which I did with the 12 computer desks. And then the other side of that section is gonna be the keyboards for learning that kind of learning.
Yeah. And if
Or the piano type stuff.
if there's some in the budget, it's my understanding that they're going to try to get these 3-dimensional goggles and for an educational experience.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
You
that's
swim
very
in
cool.
the Great Barrier.
Yeah, so
without the
they'll be
sharks.
like right there.
Yeah.
Virtual field trips.
Virtual field trips.
We're talking about the virtual reality field trips.
Yeah.
My only experience of that is at our broadband conference,
Oh.
where Ann has introduced us to a guy who does that, and he brought those goggles, and I stepped onto the barrier reef.
Mhm.
That's
And
so
it's
cool.
it's transformative experience. It really is.
And he'll be there again this year.
And another really neat thing over at the charter school is there's a new, I don't know if you call him executive director, but administrator, and he is a computer tech whiz. So they're really excited that he'll be there to help them with everything, and so it's really gonna be a good thing.
How many students will be enrolled at this school?
There's about 38, something like
And
that.
is this the first year the school is
No, this
opening?
is 7th year.
7th year.
We graduated our first class that went from 7th to 12th this year.
Exciting.
Yeah,
The teachers were sure excited when I went over and talked to them about the opportunities. They have no shortage of ideas
No,
to do, and so that was, I'm really grateful for them, their
It's so
enthusiasm.
good, and you're so good at giving people the information they need. Because like a week or two before that, I had tried to bring it up in our board meeting, and you should have seen the looks I got from the teachers. It was like, we're not doing anything else right now, because they knew their administrator was leaving and new things were coming in, so you got all the right information to them, and they're just so excited.
This is easy money for great things
Oh, I
you wanna
know
do.
it.
Yeah,
And they said, oh, that, you know,
and some
and
of
they're
these
just brainstorming together, you know, so that was
some of the
fun.
interactive boards are actually gonna be on stands so they can be mobilized and used in different locations than just one wall or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
school is a
good.
big open space, very modular
Yeah.
configuration, so.
And then there's just science and music in the back, but most of it's out
Mm-hmm.
in front.
that's the third proposal, that's that science and music proposal, where there'll be keyboards available and there'll be a sound curtain, and where students can work on music up to 8 students at a time, I think.
And I think they're even gonna open it up to community people that wanna learn
Yeah, community
music
ed.
or keyboard stuff.
Yeah, community ed at that location
That's cool.
also, so.
That'll be our first music thing, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mary, do you think? This is
McPhail.
McPhail,
Yeah, that was.
Yes, I was just thinking up in I Falls, we told you we were just there. The library got some other money, wasn't our money, but they used a little bit of our money to do a sound booth, right? Was that what it was, for like a recording studio to do
Podcasts and
podcasts
music.
and the kids could broadcast in that
Oh,
little
that's
sound.
nice.
Reminded me of your project.
Yeah.
And so this is, the McPhail, School of Music down in the Twin Cities offers things, online, you know, through video conferencing. But that would be something that the charter school could think about making
They are
them.
gonna do some online stuff, because
Okay.
they already told me about that.
Okay, through McPhail is
So
kind of
some people
famous for
can
that.
work on it at their home computers, and then they can come in and play and do stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, so we helped bring this to our school district in Grand Rapids. And they have fantastic instructors who do musical instrument instruction over this equipment. They have a program there that they use distance.
Yeah. Grand Rapids might have a string instructor, but they don't have a cello instructor.
Right.
So if somebody gets pretty good on the cello, and they say, well, teacher says, you know everything I know, right? And so the next level of instruction is through McPhail then,
Okay.
that even for an hour, you know, they could watch the person play for 15 minutes and say, okay, well now, you know, put your little finger, you know,
And they also do
whatever they
some
do.
master teaching, so teacher teach teachers. So for music instructors themselves can be the students, if you will, with
Okay.
more of a mentor.
Hmm.
And I know they're really committed, at least they told us they were, to rural, expanding their reach to rural Minnesota. It might be worth checking
Yeah,
out.
definitely. We'll look into that.
So I think educationally, we've covered from kindergarten on through high school,
Mhm.
and working with seniors at the schools also.
Well, and I'd love to hear the community ed component
Yes.
that you're thinking that way.
Yeah, we're trying to span from little kids to elderly people,
Mhm.
involving everyone.
And do you know if have we identified any curriculum or anything, or things for kids to use to teach seniors, or is that pretty ad hoc, you know, do you remember what they
Well-
did in, like, Two Harbors?
I don't remember getting any curriculum for them. Especially if it's kind of a one-to-one, I think it works really well just to say, what do you want to learn?
Mm-hmm.
And kind of meet folks where they are. Might make sense to walked them through a few scenarios because I've done a lot of training kind of with that one-on-ones, and years just that know that they have the confidence to probably do whatever technology comes up, but it's just having that confidence
Right.
to have patience is really what it is.
Yep.
You know,
And there's a
that's-
few of us that they could practice now.
You're a volunteer.
So if they're
That's
nervous,
good.
they
Give 'em the
feel
tough
more
ones
comfortable.
first.
Yeah, they would.
Well,
They
you know
wouldn't
how
have
when
a
you're
problem.
nervous, and especially when you're young and you're nervous, you want people to know you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's not. That doesn't instill confidence in the person next to you.
Right.
I can
Right.
point to you because you're so much younger than I am, to be honest. But you know what I mean. But it takes a minute. I mean, for everybody, but especially kids, to recognize that. Just let people have the. Just you only need to take them one step at a time. You don't go from here's your email to virtual reality.
Yeah.
You know, when Kate, when you said mouse, you know, about the mouse, this really has nothing to do with it, but when you talk about people learning how to use computers, my dad's gonna be 90, and he's a great shape 90, but Orlin was teaching him how to use a computer, which he finally got, maybe he was about 85, and so he was using a mouse, and my dad used to be a steel worker, so everything is kind of, and finally Orlin said to my dad, Leif, the object is not to kill the mouse.
Oh,
Because
okay.
every time
That's
he
really
would
rough
use
with
it.
it.
Well, and that does make me. Sometimes it's helpful to remind kids. I mean, you can see if I want to see you, really, I should do this. If I want to see this, I have to. And kids don't appreciate that. Well, the reason they keep pointing on the wrong word is because they can't read it. You know, I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. Huh. What's your line about everybody's just temporarily able-bodied? You know?
Yeah.
But you really don't.
Well, the
When you're
accessibility things
15.
might be something to show the kids a little
Yeah.
bit too.
You know what? I'll ask. Well, Lisa Peterson de la Cueva will be at the conference this fall as well. But she really does a lot of work with access, and so let's see if she has any suggestions. But that's what I just think it is giving the kids what they need to work with people.
There's potentially a lot of interesting things for seniors that are coming along. That Echo Show is one in particular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for parents to stay at home, kids call them on the telephone. That's so narrow banded. You can't see your parents. You can't see how they walk, what their gait is, their real physical ailment. And so people start thinking, well, we got to do something with mom. If they can see mom, and mom can communicate with them easily, that'll make it easier for kids to
I think
communicate
so
with them
too.
and determine their conditions.
And even with that Echo Show or Siri or any number of those products, I mean safety too. If they fall, seniors fall or something, or God forbid, like a stroke or something, and they can't get to a phone, they can just yell, and technology will pick that up. And that's, I think, a really valuable thing as well, because the faster you can get to medicine, the better you are.
Was the country school, did they have was there a computer situation before these new?
Each student has a laptop.
Okay,
And that's why most of it's Wi-Fi inside.
sure.
But the connection with fiber optic is like 10 times better than it took Frontier 2 years to get the thing functioning correctly when they started. And it's still hit and miss sometimes.
And so now it's CTC.
Yeah.
It is?
The cable's already into this room, and then
And
they
that
just,
costs
they just
way
have to
less.
hook up the equipment to that and then do the Wi-Fi.
Per month, right?
Yeah, way less than what they were paying for getting nothing. They're getting way faster, better service for.
Yeah, right.
Yep, no, we see
Yeah,
that.
because it's helping our budget a lot.
Yeah.
People are losing their telephone lines for 2 to 3 weeks at a
Oh.
time with no excuse from Frontier. We'll get to you in 3 weeks. That's
Well-
just your regular telephone.
We had they have a problem with the phones they've got, trying to figure the program out. It won't take any voicemails. It's like saying it's full, and we can't figure out how to
Oh,
delete them.
yeah.
They've had 3 different service calls in, like from the middle of August, and still haven't gotten them. And this is a school that needs their voicemail working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that actually the phones will be switched to the other people when this all comes
There's
about.
a lot of complaining just by
That's great.
private homes.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
I've been finding, I upped my Wi-Fi to a higher band or whatever they call it, and I'm still,
Same issues.
yeah, it's so slow sometimes. My wife doesn't know it's slow,
Yeah.
but that's all she's ever used.
She compares it to you, so.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I've been,
then she thinks it's pretty
I've
fast.
been with them 6 years and stuff would cut out in that, and then it totally cut out and found out that the DSL wire going in was weak or had a problem. So once that was connected to a different set of wires that I had from the church phone over there, all that went away.
Yeah.
And that had been going on for 3 years.
I was reading that the average family has like these huge amount of devices, and I told my wife that's kind of silly. We start counting up ours, you know, with our smart TV and our tablets and our
Phones.
desktops and our,
Right.
we've switched phones now, so we have those. So I think that's putting a kind of a drag on Frontier too, that kind of stuff. But we'll be watching a movie at night sometimes, and you know, the circle of death comes up there and says, you know, you gotta stop. So that's been happening more lately. I don't know why. But anyway, that's why we
their
gotta
stuff's
get.
old.
That's why people are
Wires and
coming up to
everything's
me. They know I'm on that broadband. They say, when are we getting broadband? When are we getting broadband?
Huh?
Oh, it's gonna come.
Yeah, if you're on Main Street, you can get it.
You gotta
but it's
work
about
on it.
300 and something a month,
Yeah,
because I know that Bauman has it for this year.
yeah.
Well, and that's the feasibility study project. Who from your team has been working on that with us? You two. Well, how's that? Talk to us a little bit about, from your perspective, how that's going. How's that been?
The feasibility study has, so far, we've made quite a bit of progress, more so than some people, which we were surprised to hear because my mother and I and my father, with his help, it was, you know, we don't really know that we're not professionals in the business, and so we're kind of treading water. We thought we were, and it's actually going better for us than we thought. There are some people who are, you know, at our place as well, and in the process. And I think that feasibility was just. Mary was amazing. She gave us examples and like budget sheets, and that was so helpful. So, and of course, my mother doesn't know what a tab is in Excel, so so she was,
yeah.
that's why she sent it back to you blank.
Gotcha. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
But so then they pulled me
Yeah.
into that, and then we all sort of got together, and
Great.
And yeah, it was really it's been a learning experience, I think, for all of us, definitely.
We've been going out and trying to get townships to buy into the project, and
To get local match?
yeah,
What's your goal, your target? For
75, I believe.
75,000. And I think that the feasibility is up, commitment wise, over 60,
Yeah, we're
65, I
almost
think.
there.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
45 we heard.
Well, we're close.
Okay.
Okay.
And you know, when I was talking, we've already visited East Range and Laurentian. Just to be clear, you guys only have to submit one application for all three communities. So
Oh,
you guys are
really?
gonna get. You don't have to do your own here in Tower.
Okay.
You guys will just get together and write one application. Yeah. So, and then with Virginia, the city of Virginia.
City of Virginia.
Yeah, being the fiscal agent, you won't be responsible for like the final reports and that kind of thing. So.
Whitney, what's the date that we're all getting together?
It's September sometime.
Sometime in September, yeah.
Yeah.
But 12.
What was that, also in September?
We're at the feasibility.
Oh.
study.
The next,
Yeah,
We're
okay.
going to get together and
to
write up.
regroup and, you know, who else contributing, form the steering team, kind of get a little plan going for moving forward, because I think this work will really occur heavily over the winter, so.
Okay.
That's good to know.
We've gotten commitments from all the townships,
Mhm.
and the city. The only one that we've gotten a commitment from is from 2142, the school district. They were very supportive, all of the supervisors, all the councilmen on the school board, but the business agent just said this is a donation and it doesn't, we can't do this.
Yes.
So we're trying to work through that.
There's some confusion at that school about the difference between a donation and a contract for service, which Whitney helped us kind of verbalize, and we're going to take it to them.
Well, we've seen plenty of other school districts contribute, so
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
there's some school
exactly.
districts in a lot of trouble.
And we're seeing, 2142 didn't participate, and that's where a potential project's actually happening too, where these rural students are going to get access. So that's
Mhm.
really exciting and hopefully helps.
The trouble is in Greenwood Township, it only passed by 3-2 vote, and one on the downside, they picked that up when they saw it in the paper that 2142 didn't contribute yet, and so we're fighting. I'm worried that they'll remain, but
Well, and it's a regional effort, and so the data that'll be out there will be for all the townships, whether they contributed or not. And it'll the ones that do contribute get a voice on the steering team. Those that are engaged in part of the process and advocating for solutions for their portion of the study area will likely see solutions sooner than those that don't.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, we have plenty of questions from, supervisors, but, they were unanimously, except for in Greenwood, supported.
And as part
I
of the
started.
feasibility study, we can go back to all the funders at certain points and do presentations, like this is where we're at, do you have any questions, and then take it to the next step. So that'll be all things that we'll work through with the steering group and as we, as a consultant comes on and as the process gets outlined.
The Central Range group just got more and more solidified as it went on.
Yep.
So there is a lot of learning to do up front, and as you start to work together, and you build trust between the different organizations, and
Yeah.
common sense prevails, and all those things.
A lot of people start out thinking it's too big to be able to be possible here, so they're already negative to start.
Well,
They
and
gotta be changed their mind.
That's every small
the
town.
solution
I know.
will never be a fiber project that covers Laurentian, East Range, and
Sure.
Vermilion.
Right.
But the data and information will help engage providers to do solutions within pockets of
Right.
those areas.
Some of your areas are real prime for
Mm-hmm.
broadband deployment, because there are people, there's density, there's money.
Yeah, and there's
You
a lot
know.
of people that wanna work from home
Mm-hmm.
in the area.
A
Yeah.
lot of them.
And so that, the big thing for the, besides raising the dollars, which are important, getting people to respond on the community surveys will be really critical. Because that's what the providers look at. We have mapping software, the consultant does, that essentially puts green dots where people say, yes, I want broadband, and places that have lots of green dots are the ones that get the broadband first, because
And you start to have a better understanding of what people are willing to pay and all those kind of things that help put a project together.
So up at I Falls again, recognizing how important it is to get a good return on that and good data. They're actually talking about dedicating a person using some Blandon funds to pay somebody to help, door knock.
Oh, in International Falls.
In International Falls.
Yeah, and they actually did that, and that really helped. They got to 35% response rate. They had like 4 zones they were looking at, and up to 30, which is pretty good on a survey.
And as they said, the person they were trying to please was the guy at Paul Bunyan, and then that because they want to see that it's a good market, good plan. They achieved a really good return on the survey that had now resulted in a project. So.
And
So-
I think that's a lesson learned from the Central Range group that's gone about this, is to spend more time on that survey, on that front end work, versus like the detailed engineering that tells you how much the project's gonna cost. It's more important to, have those dots on the map and, possibly bring someone in to help with that effort. Could be something the group could consider doing too.
So now Coochin County, there's essentially 5 different areas that there's proposals for projects, 3 to the state and 2 to IRRR, or.
One for sure is
Oh.
kind of Cooch. I got letters of support from Cooch County, but I think the project's in St. Louis County.
Okay. But it's their initiative.
Yeah.
It's a Coochin Technology Initiative that's leading those, even though it's a Cavatogama Ash River area. But then within Coochin County, they had identified, and their effort just started a year ago now. We brought them to our broadband conference, and in a 48-hour period, they did a lot of planning work and consultants. We brought a team of consultants to help them, and from that, Paul Bunyan kind of said, "Oh, that looks pretty interesting." And they had begged Paul Bunyan for years to come up there and provide service, and now Paul Bunyan is committed to doing an application for the state money for them. So, and considering Rob Eklund is like the chief sponsor of the broadband bill, isn't he? So that never hurts when it comes to influencing a state agency.
And the stark reality of them losing United Health, the call center.
Yes.
They could see the future, and so
But yeah, those workers, they didn't lose their job, they just lost their place to do their work.
right.
So they had to do their work from home or find a different location. Coochin County is starting a co-working center now, a private, Bannon, or is that the name?
Balance.
Ballin Furniture Store up there, converting to become a co-working location. So it's all under construction right now, but it's really cool there's gonna be about 8 offices and, some just cubes and, areas just out in the open where people can drink coffee and work, and they'll be selling office space and daily and monthly subscriptions, and be a cool thing in downtown Initial Falls.
Yeah, definitely.
And they imagine that some of those healthcare workers might use that space that have lost their work site.
What's the population of International Falls?
I think 8,000, I think.
8,000.
So I think like really the only tribulations that we had were, I think Anne wrote about it in her blog, but no one has really ever turned down a donation, or not a donation, but basically a donation of a computer than Greenwood did, and they've been a little bit difficult. And then just the term, learning the term contract for service and not donation, because we weren't sure that there was a difference. So those have been really the only tribulations. Everyone's really excited. I think everyone is so excited to upgrade from Frontier. And yeah.
We've had other projects besides the schools too. Pastor Workman, he's got one at the Civic Center and
The depot.
depot and the farmer's market.
Better Wi-Fi over there.
Yeah.
Good, so public
And-
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
that's
cause
good,
the city went to the fiber optic and they have it at the fire department across the parking lot.
Sure.
So we're gonna get a booster that'll be at the depot, and then it'll also work for the farmer's market
Nice.
depot. And that was only like $500 or something
Right.
like that.
And the depot is the historical society, and then
Right.
And one of the ideas for
Writing video.
the farmers market, bringing that into the fiber, was the little square things for credit cards. So I mean, if people don't have cash or whatever, there aren't too many ATMs lining the streets of town. So
Our bank even took one away.
yeah. So
Well, they couldn't, Frontier probably couldn't make it work, so they probably,
yeah, probably.
too much bandwidth in it. So,
We have another project going, it's already started, the campground, Hoodoo Point Campground. I happened to be at a city council meeting and I heard Randy, the manager out there, talk about how we'd like to get, all the sites having Wi-Fi. They have a hotspot, they have fiber right at the office. So they just needed, boosters or, yeah.
Yeah.
And he had it all figured out, so I, got a hold of him and we talked and they're putting them in now. They're getting everything set up, they're running the cables in. So that's, and
Is that
that
a
was
city
because,
park, Richard? Is that a city,
pardon
is
me?
that a city park?
yeah, the
Hoodoo Park?
Hoodoo Park,
Yeah.
Hoodoo
It's a
Point is
campground.
out on the lake, it's a
Yeah.
Mobile
campground.
camp, but the city owns it.
City
Yeah.
owns it, okay.
And,
so is Blandon money going into that then?
yes,
Okay.
yep. And then, I also have been working on getting these computers, these, rebuilds.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I have 12 people that have signed up for it. Boys Fort has, I got some calls from there. I put a poster up at the food shelf
Oh, good.
and I got 5 or 6 from there. A woman just called me from Embarrass yesterday and she was interested in one. Kids want them for school. These are kids that, they don't have a lot of money.
Right.
And so, some of them, parents are getting them for their kids going to school, they communicate back and forth to. And, some of the adults are taking online classes. And, they could really use them, so that's a nice project. Do you know when we're gonna get those?
We just have to line up a date for when they'll deliver them.
Okay,
They like to have it kind of as an event, and so they bring, you have 50 computers.
yeah,
And so to bring them, those 50 people or families to a place,
yeah.
and then PCs for People does about a half an hour training with them.
Oh, good.
Here's the
yeah.
blue plug, it goes into the back of the blue monitor, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
just so people know how to set up the computer.
Right.
They talk about what's on the computer and a bit about viruses.
Yep.
And they do have robust virus protection, malware protection on them.
And we did tell them that they had to have their own Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And out at Fortune Bay, they do have the ability to get Wi-Fi out there.
Okay.
And I just talked to that woman from Embarrass, and I told her that too, and she said that wouldn't be a problem. So everybody I'm lining up, I make sure that they understand everything about
Okay.
it.
So if you're 13, how are you gonna get the 50?
Well, some are
I
going to
don't know.
school, right?
Right?
I-
12 will be going at the school.
Okay.
Those aren't rebuilds.
Okay, so that's another 12.
Yeah.
These are rebuilds.
So that's
Oh,
about,
these are the
that's
PCs.
20 some.
I mean, we could advertise that with a poster for seniors at the school.
Absolutely.
that come
Yeah.
on.
Sure you could.
Yeah.
So you may get a few more that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there may be some
Boy,
students
word
that
of
can't
mouth.
afford them at home that could use them besides the one they have that
Yeah.
uses school.
And there's that, a lot of that was word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody saw the poster and talked
Okay.
to my
Mhm.
wife down at the food shelf, and she gave them the information, and they had, I was getting calls from people, first time we put it up.
Okay.
Good.
Heavy.
Cool.
So East Range found 70, they did it through the school there. And 72 or 73 kids signed up, or families signed up right away.
Now, they have to have a certain,
They have to
Income?
qualify for some kind of government assistance.
that's why I put it up there, so
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Like, low cost food at the, school, or heating assistance, or
Yeah.
social security, or, there's a wide range of
Mhm.
Well, there might be
qualifiers.
another way, then we can.
We have a lot of kids that get supplement
Yeah,
food
you
at
do.
school.
School's starting soon.
Yeah.
Well, there's an open house tomorrow and then it starts on
No, but I
Yeah.
meant the elementary.
the same thing. It'll be next week, Tuesday.
Then another project we had was Braiding Township. They're renovating their town hall and they're making a public space in it now. And they put forward a proposal put a public computer in with a desk and a chair and make it available during clerk's hours
Nice.
for the public, so that's gonna be
That's
done.
really good.
That's right in Sudan, right?
Right in
Yep.
Sudan.
So it's not
They're
like an
working on it
out
right now.
township.
No,
It's
it's
right in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but we're not done yet, we've got a few more $1,000 and we got a couple ideas of projects we wanna move forward.
Good.
You know, with Greenwood, that they weren't kind of playing with the game. I was in a meeting yesterday, and this woman invited everybody there to come to the Greenwood meeting, the council meeting coming up, because her husband is gonna stand up and push for it again. But is it too late? I mean, people said, well, what do we have to say and do? And she says, nothing, just come and show support. So her husband must have been the one person that wanted it.
There was one supervisor that, yeah,
Yeah, and so he's gonna do that
Remember
again
her
at the next
Remember her
meeting.
name?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember her name?
Her last name is Hutmestad, but I don't
Okay.
know about his. So, they
Well,
haven't
is
given
it
up
too
yet.
late
the projects
to
that,
get that?
So that was my question, is it too late? I didn't say anything to her, but I thought, well, it's already, but if you say there's some money still left, maybe there's a
But some
possibility.
of it was
we were
training
with
stuff.
Towers website, is what,
Oh, yeah, Tower's website too.
originally, that was part of what,
Oh, we're still gonna do that, aren't we?
well,
Well, that's what we reserved some for.
yeah,
Yeah, and I still have to follow up with Ann on that.
yeah.
We're kind of in transition, she's in the office, like 2 half days a week now.
Mhm.
Is that
So
the
we can
clerk
do- Hmm?
Yeah,
and the clerk?
Temporary
Yeah,
clerk.
and
Good
and
input.
Lampa, the interim clerk treasurer.
And then the project for businesses was another
Yeah,
one.
Yeah,
exactly. We're
right.
still bouncing
And
around.
that was to help them with either tech training or websites or whatever.
Yeah, a number
Kind
of
of a
different
mix.
things, yeah.
Marketing themselves.
Right, the marketing was a part too, and even,
Employee sharing
even
kind
Tito
of
was,
thing.
talked about at the one meeting about marketing the community more
Yeah.
for bringing places in for business, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that reminds me, I have to call Steve Peterson about the agenda next week.
Want to say another word, if you would, about the website for would this be for the city of Tower, a website that you're talking
It's,
about?
City of
it's an
Tower.
upgrade for it, cause it's
Okay.
not very efficient.
it's not,
Sure.
you know.
Not efficient,
It's not good at all.
It's
Well,
more.
in fact,
It's very basic
in
and
fact, the
hasn't been
platform
kept
that
up.
it's built on is out of date, it's not updated anymore. And every time they make a system update, the site goes down, and then I have to call Tech Bytes and he has to do some things to get it back up again. So it goes down more often than just periodically.
But they have that good fiber stuff at City Hall, don't they?
Well, that's not the site location.
Oh,
There's a difference.
Yeah.
It
So
is
just-
different, yeah.
For my own information, I had this understanding, I could be completely wrong, correct me, that the Minnesota League of Cities has a template website thing that they made available across to their members across the state.
It's called
Cities.
Gov Office.
Gov Office, yeah.
And
And is that what you have? Because that's been around for a
No.
long time.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
okay.
No, that's not what we have, but what we have was originally built by Troy Swanson.
Okay.
And then it was taken over when the former treasurer came in, she switched over to Tech Bytes in Evelyn. And, but the model, that's out there, the website, is the one that Troy originally did, a lot of years ago.
So Gov Office, is that the template?
Yeah, it's a series of template pages and everything,
Okay.
it's just a content management.
Content management system. Yeah.
Okay.
See, I was coming up with that content
These
management
terms
thing.
that
And we
I
have a
have
website
learned.
committee.
But it's real easy there, you know, click and
So the
cut and
com-
paste and.
Sure.
The committee will probably look into options and be a
Just
little
be
bit more
aware-
of a process to
Mhm.
Yeah,
come
and
up
just
with.
be aware that I know you're probably members, aren't you, Orlin, of the league?
Yeah, we are.
And
Yeah.
so
We
you
use them
can use
extensively.
them for as
Well, that's a separate
Resource.
vendor that they kind of facilitated the creation of that. Long
Yeah,
time ago,
long
right?
time ago.
But
It's one
if they
solution.
don't
I
know
would
about
look
it,
at a few
it might be
options.
good
Yes.
venue for
Yep.
revamping,
Yeah,
I would,
you
yeah.
know,
yeah.
cause they might have a format that's easy to just revamp and change them.
And I know who are communities that just have done websites. Great Scott Township,
Yeah, Kenny, right?
Kenny.
But I wouldn't,
I mean,
I always
yeah.
want to kind of look upstream to see, you know,
Right.
one of the things is what's your purpose? Is that to attract people, or is it to, as a city government, front door for residents to look at, you know, burning permits and calendar of events for the city and official document storage of minutes and meeting notices
Yeah,
and so
cause
on.
there is a site for like the, businesses, whatever they call it.
Like a chamber?
Yeah, and then there's also a site for Lake Vermilion area tourism.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the other ones out there.
Right.
Yeah.
And how does it all?
I think another is how often are you going to update it?
That's the
So I'm
important
looking at
thing.
something right now with board adjustments, and the last update was 2016.
Sure.
I mean, and to be realistic about it, because you're going to build it very differently. If
Mm-hmm.
some people, you know, update their websites multiple times a day, and that's mostly you need staff or a really really good volunteer to do something like that. But if you're not going to update it, just know that and design it differently. Don't have a space for meeting notes if you're never going to.
Yeah.
You know, just don't.
Because
you
then
know.
it looks like no one's doing it.
Well, right, exactly. To set that, it's all about expectations. You know.
It
But
is-
in this day and
it
age,
was
people expect to
frustrating.
see those things online.
They do. Well, absolutely,
They do,
but
and that's how they stay informed. And like at Greenwood, we started. My father and I started our own site to put the minutes and the recordings of meetings and stuff because the township just wasn't doing it, and so. And people weren't.
it's like you wouldn't be on the committee to decide how to do that.
It was frustrating.
Well, honestly, because you know what it takes. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
and knowing what you're going to update on a regular basis
Yeah.
makes it the one. And I haven't used GovOffice in years, probably 10
Since my Dakota Futures.
since your Dakota. So that's probably close to 10 years ago. I
Mhm.
mean, that's about the last time I used it because it just putting up a video would have been difficult with that. No, I assume they maybe changed it, but that's where something like WordPress that's not difficult. I mean, it.
Exactly, and
Just-
I mean, I was even coding it in HTML and PHP and stuff. So
Oh God, love ya.
So it was a nightmare to do, but it needed to be done. People all around the lake can't always make it to those meetings, and people from Tower are interested in what's happening and stuff.
So I think really that is the discussion. What do you want to have on there, and then realistically, what can you maintain?
Well,
And who's going to be doing that? And when, you know, positions change, how do you make sure that no matter who's in that position can walk in, look at the you know, how to
Sure.
and figure it out,
Exactly.
you know?
Just have some guidelines about.
now, one thing that people in Tower, several of them have mentioned that they'd like that agenda of a meeting ahead of time. And of course, the agendas they had were 2 years old, 3 years old. So that to me would be something you could just, you're typing it up anyway, you just punch it on there, just so people know. Cause I've gone on there a couple times wondering what was going on, there was a meeting or something, and I wanna make sure it was that night.
If you're gonna have it, you just have to have a
Yeah.
certain person assigned to do it.
Yeah.
And make sure
And
it
it's-
gets done.
Yeah, it gets done, yes, that was the problem.
The tower website will be updated regularly. It will be pretty much, I don't know, I guess can't really call it interactive, but it will be actively updated. It's a problem that we've had, but we've got so many
Yeah, you got so many
transition
problems.
projects going on right now that, and we really have to, we're transitioning now. We've just posted the job description for, or the job posting for a new clerk treasurer. And we've already gotten some pretty good resumes in, so I think that's gonna go really quick. And then this new person, we have a long list of things that we'll be working on.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
And also there's so many things that we can streamline, so I'm not gonna get into all of the, the
Sure.
tower,
Shenanigans.
And
The reorganization that
the
you need.
number of terms that came up, but there's a lot of things that have been done very time consumingly and cumbersomely, and so we're kind of revamping all of that. So,
Cool.
but the website is very important for us, and we do have a committee that's going to be working on that. I don't remember all of the committee members, but I know that Jody's on it. Jody Summit. I have a meeting at 3, and another one at 4, and then another one at 5, so I'm gonna run.
Thanks for
But I
stopping by.
wanna- Billy,
Yeah.
you going back tonight? Or?
Yes, yeah.
You are, okay.
Well, we're staying in Virginia. We're going to
Oh,
Virginia tonight.
okay. Okay. All right.
We're meeting with the Iron Range Tourism Bureau.
Okay.
Has a regional project as part of this cohort, and it'll be interesting to hear how they're mapping over some of the individual activities. So. But it's great to be here in Tower. Thank you for having us, and we're so proud of the work you've done. It sounds like you've really got some great traction and some good ideas for what's next.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a really good committee, and I'm appreciative that so many of the citizens have stepped up to take this over. So, in a lot of different areas. So,
Yeah.
blessed to have them all. Good people here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We're
Okay.
very
Well,
blessed
thanks
to
for
have
coming.
Landon
Yeah.
too.
Well, it's exciting that you can collaborate on the feasibility study with the other
Yeah.
East Range and with the
It's been
Laurentian folks, because
Yeah.
I know.
that's a big
Yeah.
lift, so,
Bye.
Well, I have a question on that, for computers.
okay?
Do we need to get 50 people? Do we need to give them all up? You said, there's 50. So,
Well,
like
I know
you
that
couldn't
if
get
you don't
the
want
20.
them, if you don't want all of them, then we'll find other places for them.
Yeah,
But we should try to get as many people
right,
as we
I
can.
understand,
Yeah.
but I thought maybe we had to get the full amount before
No,
we could get.
no.
No.
Okay,
And even if you could get, let's just say, right now you identify 30 people who want them. You could say, well, we're gonna take 40 and then we're gonna look for another opportunity in a few months to try and get some more.
yeah.
That would be
Okay.
all right. But,
Right.
Yeah.
you
Some
kinda
people
wanna,
might
we
call
don't
you
want them to
after they
sit
see
in
somebody
somebody's
else.
garage and then
Yeah.
2 years later say, oh, these are no good anymore, right?
Well, that's why I wondered if you had to take all 50.
If you came up with a number that you wanted, then we would redistribute those other X
Okay.
number of computers
All right.
elsewhere.
Cause if people get them, they may have friends and others say, oh, where'd you get that
I
from?
know.
And then
Yeah.
you might get another 10
Mhm.
call you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, word of mouth is powerful. with
Yeah.
that.
Yes, it is.
Right.
But we just want a commitment that you had some idea about how you're gonna get the last ones out,
Yeah,
that
okay.
if you had 30 and you said, we're gonna put 20 in the church basement or someplace, any place secure and warm and dry,
Yeah,
then, and say, okay, in the next few months, we're going to
promote it again.
promote it again around the holidays, right? Now
Sure.
school
Oh, that'd
time,
be good,
Yeah.
around the holidays would be nice,
Right.
Well, in the elementary school that's starting, when I was reading in the paper, they have laptops too, but they have to stay at the school.
Mhm.
So I mean, if there's some kind of a
Most of
flyer
the kids use
handed out
tablets.
with,
Yeah.
the guidelines of
Yeah.
how you might qualify and first come, first serve, so people, would call quickly and.
You might have your principal contact the superintendent or the principal at the East Range. That was the superintendent, right, of the East Range School District, or
Yes. Greg
So-
Allen.
Greg Allen, and just see what kind of flyers they use to distribute.
Okay.
They sent out a mailing to all their free and reduced lunch kids,
Oh, that's.
and then they
Yeah.
got 72 back.
Okay.
And so that's, you could use that for both the country school and the elementary
Look at
school.
people that need them.
Right.
That in your senior population, that would be,
Yeah, the senior ones that are going to be attending the lunch.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
that'd be a good
Yeah.
one too.
I don't
Right.
think that need for them is a problem. I think we just need to get the word
Yeah.
out.
yeah, I agree
And put
with
them
that.
in the where the best value is for
Some
them.
of the
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some of the people really are leery. They think there's some kind of catch to this whole thing. I have to
That's
talk to
true.
them. No, it
Yes,
is.
yeah.
Sounds too good to be true.
I
They
suppose
say
they've
there's no
been
such thing as a free
stung many
lunch.
times,
Yeah.
and they don't wanna get stung again, so.
East Range.
Yeah, that is true. We ran into that with, I hate to bring them up again, but with Greenwood, they think someone's getting rich off of
Yeah.
of this, and I was like, no,
That's the
we're
free
so
computer.
fortunate. No, we're
Sure.
fortunate.
think she's just
but,
north range.
yeah.
Well, and it's the use of
North-
technology
North in here. I think it's
drives,
just the two.
you know, investment in broadband infrastructure.
Yeah.
So if you have a
Sure.
community
Yeah.
from young children to seniors that are using technology more, there's more demand for the broadband infrastructure.
Well,
So there
then-
is a tie between all.
Well,
You
does
know.
Boys Sport have any connection with this whole thing? Are they,
So
I spoke to Randy out there, and he said they were refurbishing on their own the casino computers at the moment. But I've had people from the res say they want.
no, but I'm wondering if they're not involved in this
They're-
group here.
well,
You know, they were real active in the Cook and Orr group,
Okay.
more out of the Net Lake
Alright.
area.
Yeah,
Oh,
And
that's
so
where
we
the
haven't
school is.
necessarily, we had somebody, if you remember, from the casino come and talk at the initial vision meeting about the innovative ways
Right.
they're running their
Yeah.
hotels. But we haven't necessarily seen anyone
'cause
on a
that-
regular basis
'cause
from
they've
the
got a
tribal
big-
government.
They've got a lot of housing development out there now.
Mhm.
They got a
There's-
lot of people
Yeah.
living out there.
Yeah.
there's a potential project out there to do fiber to the home on the entire Boys
Oh.
Fort
Oh,
reservation.
no.
See, that's the kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, so there,
Okay.
that's Randy. There, you know.
Yeah,
Randy's
Mhm.
plowing
And
it
Joanne,
himself.
Joanne was wondering, she was gonna go talk to Chief Chambers
Okay.
about, you know, committing to the feasibility too. See if that would be,
They might have their solution in place already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they might be supportive of
But
what
they-
that like, future looks like.
the country school is, a lot of kids come from the res to the country school.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And so they might see that as a positive thing and wanna
Mm-hmm.
contribute.
because a lot of the people that want the free computers are from that area.
Mhm.
Sure.
My mom sends her best and thanks you all.
Oh.
She's traveling now, but she's also very appreciative.
Yes.
So,
Well, you guys are the ones doing
Yeah.
the work, so without you, nothing would have happened. So, I mean, the money's kind of the easy part.
Do you guys know how to get in touch with PCs? Have you been in touch, or do you know how to get in touch with PCs for people when you're ready to go with that?
no, he's just stashing all the computers I'm giving him at his house.
No,
For all
no.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I want is 25 Chinese laptops. So
You can switch it to English.
the no.
I'm just kidding, Bill.
You're not getting that mug now. But we've got a very good contact now at PCs for people. They've gone through some huge changes in staff and turnover. The management team is well in place now. Mary Lusick is in charge for the distribution. So they would probably love to coordinate a trip to International Falls into the East Range and to here if that could be arranged where they could drop all the computers at the same time. You know, they come here in the morning, go there, you know, and cooch the next day or whatever to, you know, so to try and arrange that schedule, that would be advantageous for,
And
I
you
think-
want everybody to make it something in the newspaper, and that again will, you know, when they
Positive.
see these people getting them,
right, yeah.
yeah, that would be a good promotion too.
Mary, we've been concentrating on our proposals to get those forward, so we've kind of been, that's been on the back burner of PCs, and
Right.
we're not done yet, we're gonna get that.
Do you
Yeah.
mind if I email you, Mary, for the details of how to get in contact with the people at PC's?
Yeah, all you have to do is, I mean, she knows who you are, I think, so you just have to send her an email and the ball rolling. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
wonderful.
Yeah, please do.
My apartment's small, and I always have computers coming in, so
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not gonna take the 50 desktops in your computer? into your-
They're not going in my apartment, Bill.
So ideally, you know, they come and they can, if you have a distribution plan ready, like if you said we're gonna meet at the community center,
Sure.
and have people come there, you say, okay, group A is, you know, 15 people, divided into 3 groups, and then they do kind of a 15-20 minute little orientation around the computers. They walk out to the truck, they take them right off the truck and out to their cars,
Wow,
and,
okay.
or you offload them into the community center, which means moving stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not that hard. And then people, pull up with their cars, and they've got them all, so the keyboards and the mice are shrink wrapped together, and the RAID cables, and it's the monitor and the CPU and the accessories, and then out the door they go. So it's pretty snappy distribution process. And ideally, they like to be there because they like to take some pictures and
That's
like to do their
okay.
orientation and everything. And they'll with the 50, they actually give you like 53 or 54 just in case somebody gets home, and whether it's they dropped it on the way in the door or something else doesn't work, it doesn't work. And so then you can just, if you have 3 or 4 in reserve, then
Yeah.
whether it's at the community center or at the country school, the other place, they could just go pick them up there. They just do the swap there. So it's helpful to have somebody in the community that can kind of hold those extra computers, or if they get home and they say, how do you turn it on again, right? They have a phone number to call.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if there's somebody to call, 'cause
So
I'm sure couldn't do it.
so PCs for people ask that it
I
not
just
be
emailed you
them.
her email
So to
address.
have
Okay.
somebody, some tech savvy person in the
I
community
wonder if we could get.
that could do that, that,
Does that include if you live in Greening?
yeah,
Like,
sure.
Okay, so
Yeah, just in the
You
area.
could do that.
Yeah.
It could be the,
Okay.
not that you want to house them, but if for questions.
But, yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, cause there's other work, there's a.
Or their
online
school tech person.
thing
Yeah,
tech
it's really.
things that he does on his own.
So we talked
And
and
he does
mentioned
it
a little bit
and
about
stuff that's-
the fall in the conference.
So he's still around.
So to make sure you guys know, it's October 8th and 10th in Nisswa at Grandview Lodge. It's our 15th annual. So we're gonna have some special celebrations. I'd love to have you from Tower there. I know you've been there in the past, and welcome you again.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the website's up and everything. You can-
And I send around, I send information to the Bassings about how to register, and that can be admin costs, getting people in hotels and that sort of thing.
What's the website that you got this information on?
It's on the Blandon, broadband.blandonfoundation.org, .blandonfoundation.org.
If you just Google Blandon and broadband,
It'll come up.
Sure.
you'll get
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I thought.
That's Tracy's spot, and Tracy.
Yeah.
Should I?
So, yeah, I know right where it is, cause I have a condo thing at Gull Lake,
Oh, nice.
so I use it every other year.
Oh, we're hoping for nice weather there.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And it's just really good to go to the conference because you hear about what everyone's doing across the state, right? You're not alone. And there's all these different efforts and ideas going on, and it's so good to just kind of, oh, look what that community's doing. We could do that,
We're
or
gonna steal that idea.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they'll
And then
even
you
give
have
us,
And then you have a contact because they were the one that presented on that topics, and they're more than willing to share everything they know, right? I
and
mean,
documents. And,
yeah, yeah. So it'd be great to see some Tower people at the conference. So
But we really appreciate, I've told you before, you're the smallest community that we've ever had do this program. And, generally you'd say, well, oh man, the city clerk would be really helpful, or city government, or, but, obviously there's been a lot of chaos there, and so not any support from City Hall for this. And so that the fact that the citizens have stepped up, and good group, we got 5-6 people here in the room in the community, but we know there's another 5-6 that are doing different things, and really excited that your country school has stepped up and looked at the opportunity. That's such an important thing for your community to have that school here in town.
Yes, it is.
You know,
Yeah.
it's,
Well, the council, city council is aware of it, and they're all understand what we're doing.
good.
Good.
And they are supportive.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know, but
They really are.
yeah,
But,
But
like
there's
you
this-
said, it's just busy right now. Got 100 things going.
and it's nice that this is giving some positive momentum to the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
That's one of the things in International Falls. The group is pretty proud of themselves because they said, well, no matter what meeting we go to, people are talking about the Kuching Technology Initiative and the projects they're doing. So everyone's, you know, it's like everything else, you know, failure is an orphan, but success has many parents. So
Yeah.
and so that's and
Yep.
I think the same thing here. You know, when you get a new website for the city and you've got these computers in the school, and you know, I'm excited about that project with the seniors at the school, where right now they kind of say, well, you know, the seniors sit here and the kids are over there, and there's not necessarily a lot of intermingling. You know, it's
Right.
the zoo looking at the zoo, but no one knows who's behind the cage or something. But they that this is an opportunity for some real interactivity that will be really positive.
I would imagine they could set up all kinds of ways. Extra credit for the kids if they're like a tutor or a mentor.
Mhm.
and-
Well, they have community hours they have to do, so.
Yeah.
And no better thing, you know, to learn than to be a teacher, right? You're gonna, if you can explain it out loud, not say,
Right.
put the mouse on your forehead, right? Or, you know, or up on the screen, you know. It's just you learn how to teach and communicate, so that's a really positive skill.
Yeah, it
Nothing
opens up-
better than those students and seniors getting together. You see it at lunch and you see it at bingo. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
they-
Oh, yeah, they're great
I
together.
mean,
They-
because I'm
they
there
are.
cleaning and doing stuff, I mean,
It's good
I've known
for
some of
both
these kids for
groups.
6 years and they're great kids, a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you always have a
Oh,
few
they are.
troublemakers,
They
but
are.
that's typical in every school.
Yeah. Oh, I've really enjoyed being over there at times.
Uh-huh.
It'll open up so many possibilities for community ed too, so
Mhm.
many different ideas.
Well, don't be afraid to keep the pressure on, like, community ed to say, look, we gave you those computers, we don't see any classes, I mean, let's get them and use
Because
them.
they haven't had good luck trying to find someone even to teach how to use an iPhone. Because they could offer kids the chance to teach people about that.
Well, and
Because
that-
they don't even find people that will do it,
Mhm.
teach it, you know.
well, I was thinking Randy at Boys Fort did all those classes. I'm sure he would have some ideas
Mhm.
or thoughts around how they did their classes,
Okay.
or even people
And he
that
might
taught
have the
them.
basic format and curriculum
yeah.
they used or whatever.
Yep,
Yeah.
I think
Mhm.
that would be a good outreach about for that.
Right.
It'd be fun to get some kids from the tribe to teach people
Yep.
from the Anglo community, and would that be a positive thing, you know,
Absolutely.
that might
Yeah.
bend some attitudes about
Yeah, 'cause
stereotypes.
Some of the
and-
charter school
The
kids.
kids get to know each other that way and they're best friends,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, separateness only breeds more separateness, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, like with a few kids from Boys Fort that when they did special projects, just to help them be able to go to something, it's been really rewarding.
good deal.
Well, that's a funky motorhome.
Yeah.
I hope they're
Antique.
not going far.
Well, thank you. You know, that's all we have. We hope that you can come to the conference, keep up the good work. You know, as you have meetings, I'm happy to come up. You know, I like to stay involved with you and help you. If we think about that next round of project ideas, how to move those from idea to fruition. Although you guys are pros at it now, so you know that figuring out. You know, it's hard to all of a sudden be in kind of a resource-rich place. You know, because people kind of think, oh, well, we don't have any money. That's our first thing. So what can we do? Well, very little. All of a sudden you have some dollars, and it takes a different little mindset to think about the abundance of having some dollars. Say, if we had money, what would we really do? If you don't have money, people say, well, you can't do nothing, right? That's their starting point. Just hold on. And but these dollars can be very valuable.
We're very grateful. We really are, because I mean, this is just it's sort of fell into my lap, and it's gonna be incredible. I'm so excited.
Oh,
I
good.
think everyone's really excited in the community.
If you're excited, they're excited.
Mhm.
So, you know, you have to have somebody who's excited about it doing it, and that breeds the.
And Joanne's a good whip.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She.
Yee,
Cut that
she
out
just,
of the recording.
she just makes the drill sound in the phone like that.
Yeah.
People do whatever she wants.
The gentle drill sound.
We all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we do.
Good.
Where's that tab in Excel again?
Yeah.
Sharita, print this.
Alright.
Well, I think
Good.
we're
Well,
done.
Yeah, thanks again for